Welcome back to Turf Talk, Parlay Edition. Vance, you wrote eloquently about a chalky result to the big Fountain of Youth card Saturday at Gulfstream, but really, if you had a strong opinion that the favorites would win, you could have done all right.
Absolutely. In my blog today, I wrote about what a win parlay would have paid on the 5 odds-on favorites this past Saturday at Gulfstream. Now, if you only invested the basic $2, you wouldn't have gotten back much, about $13 and change. But if you really had the strong opinion and had the money to back it up, $100 to start off with, you would have ended up with a profit of about $666 over the course of a few hours. Not bad piece of change there.
No, not at all. And on our way down here talking about that, we'll put the link to Vance's blog in the comments below. But really, the parlay is sort of a lost art. I mean, back before there was exotic wagering, certainly before the proliferation of rolling pick threes, doubles, etc. I mean, the win parlay, or really any parlay, I would say, was in the arsenal of any horse player. And it allows you to sort of make your own pick 3 or pick 4, however you want to view it as well. One thing you sort of touched on, you didn't quite go there. I've gone there before in some of my tweets. There was no all-stakes pick 5 on Saturday at Gulfstream, which, I understand with the odds-on favorites, they wanted to move some things around. But to me, there's no way, even with that pick 5, that it would have only paid $3.50 for 50 cents, which is what the parlay suggests it might have paid. There would have been tremendous value for those who wanted to only play those favorites in a pick 5 or a pick 4. There wasn't even that. Not saying everyone would have played it straight, but it does seem like wagering menus avoid odds-on favorites to the pearl of the handicapper, I think.
And they do. And one of the criticisms of parlays and betting them in general over the years has been, if you look at the pick 3, pick 4 payoffs, they typically pay a lot higher than your win parlay, plus the fact the track keeps taking a bite out of every win wager that you do. When you just bet a pick 3, pick 4, they only take that one takeout bite. It's usually a lot less than if you bet 4 or 5 win bets in a row like that. So the parlay does have its downsides compared to exotic bets, but it's still, like you said, on a day like Saturday where you don't have that alternative of betting an all-stakes pick 5, it's something you should look at.
Yeah, and to me, it goes back to what you think the fair odds are of each horse. And if you think you're getting, if a horse is 75% to win and the odds say, it's 60 or 70, then, you actually are getting the better of it. And to me, a lot of times people say, well, I really think this horse can't lose. Who can I play in an exacta? And a parlay gives you the opportunity, instead of betting 2 to 5 to win or betting a different opinion with an exacta, you can actually string together some win opinions, which to me I think is a stronger backbone of a horse player.
Yeah. This is a learning lesson for me. I don't know if I'm ever gonna see a stakes-laden card like this with 5 odds-on favorites winning again. It's going to be pretty rare, but I'll keep my eyes out on Florida Derby Day and some of the other big days coming up, and hopefully maybe I'll try it next time.
Yeah, well, and the other thing with the parlay is you're not limited to that track.
That's true. That's very true.
We have Songbird running this weekend. Now, she's going to be 1-20, so now you're getting into territory where what do you really do into your wager? It's one thing to get back 260, which is 30%.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. 210, though, it's not anywhere near as exciting, but something to keep in mind. You're not limited to the track.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, you can pick your spots all around the country. Simulcasting allows you to do that, so keep your eyes open around the country. It's probably something I should have picked up on a lot earlier this year.
Yeah, it's absolutely an opportunity. We'll get you out of here on this. We had 2 3-year-olds, very impressive on Saturday at Gulfstream. Neither was champion last year, both making some noise as potential challengers to those champions, though. Mohaymen actually favored over Nyquist in the Derby at this point. Cathryn Sophia, probably a ways to go before she reaches Songbird level. What do you make of those two in terms of the overall 3-year-old picture?
Well, Mohaymen, I think, is still my #1 selection for the Derby. Now, he hasn't run fast comparatively speaking. He has improved a whole lot since the Remsen. Of course, the track on Saturday at Gulfstream, I think it was the first dirt race in several hours, and which may have messed up the track, or I shouldn't say messed up, but may have not. They might not have had the track as fast as they expected, but he did it fairly effortlessly. He obviously wasn't totally 100% cranked, and he should run a really good race in the Florida Derby. Cathryn
against Nyquist.
Against
perhaps,
Nyquist. Cathryn Sophia continues to amaze. I mean, she's just absolutely incredible. I'm not quite convinced she's up to Songbird quality, and it remains to be seen whether she can improve going 2 turns. She hasn't tried that yet. She's been brilliant around 1 turn, but I'm anxious to see what she does the rest of the year anyway. She should be marvelous.
Yeah, this is a really fun group. I don't know, and it's natural. American Pharoah was last year. There's going to be comparisons, and it was a good group last year even beyond him. Lady Eli is a 3-year-old turfer, Dortmund, etc. I don't know that we're to that level, but I think across the board there's more competitive horses as a group, and I think Songbird leads them at this point, but it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having 3 or 4 good ones instead of just a single
Absolutely.
lone king or queen at the top of the heap. These kind of years potentially have the chance to be very fun ones.
Yep, and it's fun to see them sort themselves out, as we will continue to do on the Derby and Oaks Trail, and we'll see you back here next week after the Gotham.